and girls, Happy New Year. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Unfortunately, we can't have you back in Clubland this week, so we've got a lovely family cookery pack for you to make a recipe for your family at home. So when you come and pick up your pack, you're going to have a cheese and potato pie recipe to make. And in your bag, you're going to have some potatoes, some butter, some cheese, a tomato, and an egg. And you also need some milk, a little drop of milk that you might have in the fridge at home, only a little drop that you can put in a cup ready. Okay, so take your recipe out, okay, you'll need to turn your oven onto 200 degrees, okay, to preheat the oven before you start making the recipe. Now you need a little bit of adult support, they'll need to come and help you because you're going to be using boiling water, knives and an oven. Okay, so I've read out the ingredients, which is 400 grams of potatoes, 75 grams of butter, 1.5 tablespoons of English mustard is optional, and I'll talk you through that part, 150 grams of cheddar, 1 egg, a tablespoon of milk, and 1 tomato. So once you've got all your ingredients out, you'll also need a saucepan, a masher, a grater, a measuring jug, a peeler. Okay, and then you'll also need an oven-proof dish or foil container to put your finished item in. So the first thing it says is to peel the potatoes and cook in boiling salted water until they are tender. So in your saucepan you can get some water ready with a little bit of salt, and then you need to start peeling your potatoes. So you'll need to wash your potato first in some water, and you should have between 6 and 8 potatoes depending on the size. And then with your peeler, if you haven't got a peeler, an adult can help you with a knife. Okay, you're going to peel your potato until there's no skin left on it. Okay, now once they're peeled, you're going to chop your potato into cubes and add them to your saucepan. Okay, so you'll do this for every single potato and add them to your saucepan. Now you need to put this onto your stove to cook between about 15 to 20 minutes until you can stick a knife through your potato and they feel nice and soft, ready to mash them. Okay, so they need to feel nice and soft before you take them off the boil. Now these are some that we've put on for 15 to 20 minutes. And they are all ready. Now we've drained these using a colander, which you can do. Be extra careful because the water will be hot coming off the saucepan. And these are ready to be mashed. So it says, step 2, drain the potatoes and mash with butter and almost all the cheese. Okay, so first step is get your masher. And we're going to mash our soft potatoes. And then we can add our butter that's in your little container. And you'll need all the butter, and then you can carry on with your mashing. Okay, now we can put that to one side because before we add the cheese, we need to grate our cheese. Okay, so you can use your grater onto a chopping board or a bowl. Okay, now you can use all the cheese, and then what you'll do is add a little bit at a time. And instead of mashing this in, we're just going to fold the cheese in. Okay, so you can use a fork and just fold the cheese in. Add a little bit more cheese. And just folding your cheese in so it's evenly distributed throughout your mash. Okay, so the next step says beat the egg with the milk and then add to the potato mixture, so you could have quite a wet mash. Okay, so if you grab your egg, going to break it into our measuring jug, going to add in our milk, and then we're going to beat our egg and milk together. Once that's combined, we're going to add it to our potato mix a little bit at a time, and then mix that together. Now at this point, if you wanted to add a little bit of English mustard that you have in the cupboard, you can, and you could also add some cooked off onions that you fried in a frying pan. Okay, and the next bit of egg. And then you should have quite a wet consistency that's all mixed together. Okay, then once you've got your mixture ready, you can either use an oven-proof glass dish or some sort of oven dish that you've got at home, or if you've got a foil container, and you're going to pour the mixture into your container. Make sure it's evenly distributed so it'll cook evenly in the oven. Okay, so it looks something like this. And then a little bit of leftover cheese that you've got, we can sprinkle onto the top of the pie. And the last step is to add slices of tomato to the top. Now this is to decorate your pie, okay, to make it look nice. So make sure you've got a nice clean chopping board. Then you're going to make slices of the tomato, okay, that can go onto the top of your pie. You should end up with something like this. So we're going to put this in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes at 200 degrees, and we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so we've got our cheese and potato pie out the oven. It's been in for between 15 to 20 minutes at 200 degrees. You should have a nice golden top and the cheese should have melted. Let it cool down, and then you can slice this into sections. Okay, and then it's up to you what you serve it with. So you might like some baked beans, or you could have some bacon. And there's lots of alternatives you can have with your cheese and potato pie. So I hope you enjoy your family cookery this week, and we hope to see you at Clwb Lan very soon.